in this amount of time has been magical.
You say all those things and they're true, yet he wins every game against DBs no matter.
I didn't see any Gonzo. I don't think I saw a one. Oh, I thought the back had it, bro.
I thought
Singleton
was going to get there. No, I mean
you don't get fooled by fake handoffs.
No, I could have because I didn't see the ball. I don't know why. I just naturally followed the quarterback, but I thought Singleton was going to shoot it quick enough to. He didn't have his head overlooking the angle I was seeing with the wall. Maybe a little deceiving, or maybe I'm just a dum-dum, you know?
Well, I didn't say it. I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that.
They trust him as a quarterback runner now.
Why not have both, Gonzo?
It's okay to get a tackle, boys. There we go.
You're not going to fuss if they get a stop?
Who?
You're like, it's not a big deal if you get a tackle.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Great adjustment here by Nebraska, just outnumbering them in the box, one-on-one outside.
Just go ahead. Feel free to hit somebody. Even if it's not the guy with the ball, just hit him.
Point of attack for Hyman. There's nowhere to go, just a downhill mentality run.
Now, I can appreciate them playing Knuck If You Buck. All right, that song doesn't get annoying. I've never heard of it. Because I'm advertiser appropriate.
Hey!
Nice little wrap up.
Do you see how when you grab a guy's waist and then slide down to his feet, he's a little more likely to go down?
I like where this is going.
Dive your helmet at his ankles.
Grab a guy's waist and then slide down to his feet. I like that. I like where that's going.
Talking like that, you're going to have to give me a chick hat.
Okay. That's why I got it.
Because you knew you could just spin it around, get that bill out of the way if you needed to.
What bill?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be paying my bill by the time I'm done. Come on, Stone. Make a bad throw. Let's go! Right. That's how Sundo would strip and deny you of the ball.
That's how he always has. Why my career never took off.
Because he stopped you one time.
Dead in my
tracks.
And
they were like, the scout was there. The scout was like, had his pen to the paper to offer the scholarship. He was going to check offer. He saw Sundo cook your ass and was like, ew.
This dude's done.
Yeah.
Mentally will never.
What up, Brady? You know, Brady, just another day, another opportunity to prove we're 10 times better than Oregon. Field goal is good.
I gotta get some more coffee, man. Keep talking to good folks.
All right.
Big third down conversion from Stone to Wilde. Ends up netting 3 points. And it's 7-3 Nebraska.
Right, Daniel? Hey, when does Stranger Things come back out, by the way? Is that, like, I think it's December. I think we're getting it around Christmas time.
It's game day.
Christmas is going to be lit. I really hope that the long delay for Stranger Things doesn't completely ruin the show, you know? Me too, Brady. Me too. Can you guys imagine Gary watching Stranger Things? I don't think he'd make it past episode 3, honestly. K-State up 14-7 versus Kansas. Dang. I don't hate that. Who do we got over at Kansas State that's a transfer? Did Kalen go over there? Is HH injured? Don't remember seeing him last week. You know, where's my phone? There was a Twitter graphic that I saw showing all the players in and out for the Huskers and Northwestern. And here. Oh, there it is. Questionable was Gunner. Out is Malcolm, Demetrius Bell, Jamarian Parker, Julian Marks, and Tyson Terry. Yeah, he's healthy. Maybe he got banged up or nicked up in that game, so we didn't see him as much. Honestly, he probably should, Gonzo. He probably should. Anybody want Jalen Lloyd back on the team? Raise your hand. I mean, I know we're doing okay at receiver, but I really like Jalen Lloyd. I'd love to have another speedster. Maybe to replace Key when he's out. Sam says a touchdown here would be really good. I mean, you know me. I'd settle for 3. I just would like to see us score. Just want to see us out here getting points on the board every time we can.
On that drive after Griffin Wilde's acrobatic catch kept the drive going.
Newly scholarship given rookie back at rookie, freshman back here.
Almost took one to the house 2 weeks ago at Maryland. And Akers does give him a return.
He did work for us, D Parks. Williams gets up to the 30, stays on his feet up to the 34. That's a good return.
To the 34.
That's a good return.
We'll begin after this. It's always a beautiful day here at Memorial Stadium. Tailgating no matter the weather.
Yeah, pretty much, Brady. Like, I was hoping Northwestern would be downtrodden for a while, but they're just not. It's so frustrating, man. Like, what Nebraska lacks as far as grittiness, toughness, and line play, all these Big Ten teams, it's like they just, because they're in the Big Ten, they just already have that equipped. And Nebraska's been searching for it since they joined the Big Ten. It doesn't make sense, man. It really doesn't. I don't think things are going well for him, Alexander, at Oklahoma State, but
who's that?
He was asking what's going on with how did Lloyd play at Oklahoma State?
Watching a neighbor get his tree removed is not a weekend plan.
Hey, let's give it up for that guy.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Gonza says he wants Xavier back on our team. We have mutual friends, and he's out doing art-hearted stuff. Right?
Xavier who?
Yeah, who's Xavier?
Betts?
Javier?
Xavier Betts? Is that what he's talking about?
Probably. That's a name from the past.
Bro, his brother bowls in some of the leagues I've been in.
Yeah?
Just a regular looking smooth, like, ball when he throws it.
Mm-hmm.
Like 22 miles an hour. Which is, like, I throw around 16, 17 miles an hour. I'm, like, very average. But it's like, I don't know. Usually it's like,
I throw around 50, 55, but I don't really talk about it. You know? That's just the strength I've got.
The facility this week and
all right, man.
Done on that play.
Housed?
No timeout.
No.
Yeah. I'd have taken that slot. Told him to fucking rip the seam. and make that safety pick if he's going. That's what I didn't know who the receivers were. Make that safety pick, middle of the field, their sideline, hit the other one. Touchdown, ball game. Go home.
With all this Penn State talk, what I think I like is realizing that a lot of people, due to anger and hatred of Penn State because they might take our coach, or maybe they just don't like him in general. I like people calling him Ped State.
Penn State.
Okay. I like all the Sandusky jokes.
I'm sure you do.
They're never going to live that shit down. Nor should they. Dustin says, that's it. I'm done. Put in Trey Taylor. I don't know if Trey suited up today. No. Gonza said, I have 3 NIL runses to give Emmett. Well, I heard someone call him Porn State yesterday. It's like, what? Just relax.
Well,
we should call him Minor Attracted Person State.
Minor attracted.
How about that?
Oh boy, it's getting warm in here.
Shit's not funny, all right? Don't be fucking laughing at shit like that. Damn it. So, I ordered a pizza last night at the end of the basketball stream.
From where?
It's actually like a Mediterranean place around here. It's weird. I just gave them a try because they had good ratings. And the pizza's fired. It reminds me of like the style you get in the Midwest. I don't know why. Just an appropriate amount of sauce. Okay. Nothing Mediterranean about the pizza at all. But I haven't had any problems with it. But last night it took 3 hours to get here. And then when it got here, it was a completely different pizza with like jalapenos and shit on it. I was like, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have attempted.
What kind
that.
of pizza do you usually get?
They know that we're meat lovers, all right? They've got us over a barrel. All right? No, Gonzo. No, it's flavored. It's just like, flavored water vapor. It's basically hookah.
Vitamins, isn't it?
It's just vitamins. Ain't nothing but vitamins.
Ain't nothing something to pick you
You
up.
want me to be vitamin deficient, Gonzo?
1st and 10. Oh, a little trickeration.
Aye.
Corner on that dude, Barney.
At least he got us. Hey guys, help us out, please. Before we get scored on and the vibes completely evaporate, hit the like button while there's still time.
Pass protection by McGuire, 93. Coming off the
What a hand on the ball, man. Let's go.
I didn't realize he hit it first. I just thought Papa did. That's how stupid I am.
Yeah, you don't know much. That's why you're here to learn from
I learn from you.
Playing a lot in that defensive line room.
3 dudes in the backfield.
Penetration.
Great tackle.
Penetration.
That's Van Poppel popping on Cam. Okay?
That started with Cam.
He heard
He
you.
got quick, and they had all the protection had to worry about him.
I'm
clean up.
I'm starting to get the feeling that every single player on this team and coach has earbuds in listening to our live stream. And I don't think I'm wrong about that.
Northwestern used their first time
They're
out
listening
on
to me,
that
but yeah,
challenge.
however you
This
want
is
to
their
phrase it, it's
second.
cool.
That's what I meant to say.
That's what I meant to say.
They're listening to Legary. Thuzira says, should I be worried now, Gary?
Worried about what?
Just wants to know if he should be worried about anything.
I'd be worried if there's enough room in that trophy cabinet for a national title we're about to win this year.
Oh, shit.
That's all I'd be worried about. Are you telling me we got to run for a loss and we're not going to win a national championship now? That's what you're trying to tell me.
Oh, we're winning, bro. We're
Yeah.
going to win. We're probably going to win.
Yeah.
We might win. We
Probably
won't
not.
win. David Matney, 5 memberships. David, you spoil us.
Too
David,
good.
David, how
Too good
rich?
for us.
How rich are you? I'd like to see a. I'd like to see a tax return, if I can. BP, as in Black Panther. Bruce Davis. Ben, just Ben. No last name, Gary. Are you trying to find him?
What?
Mac Mall in the house. What up, Mac? What the hell are you doing here? Betrayed.
I like that name.
5 of our newest hog legs.
Now, his name's Betrayed, and I like that.
You like the way he spelled
I
that,
like
I think.
I
Because
like
it's
what he
not
did
spelled
there.
normal. But you could tell his name is Trey.
I'm guessing it is. Or maybe he's the third. Maybe he's
Maybe his name is B. But
maybe his name is Winston Thurston the Third.
I thought you were going to say Winston Thurstill.
Winston Thurstill the Third.
That's a dope name.
Theodore Thurstill the Third.
Appreciate you, Dave. Id.
You need to have a kid that
Can I
has
call
a
you
list.
David?
Name him that.
Let's start calling people by their Mexican names.
It's David Buffett.
All
right.
Yeah, that's a good name for him. David Buffett. David Buffett. Junior. I am getting hungry, though. That is a problem.
I had some eggs and chachi this morning while you were still snoozing right up until kickoff.
Yeah. Didn't eat a whole lot last night.
That win at Penn State 2 weeks ago. And they have a 3rd and goal, chasing 4 points late in this first quarter.
Take care of the Rockets.
I'll be totally happy if they just
Points at a premium.
slap a field goal on us.
I don't know, man. I feel like a turnover is
Have a chance to double up, have it for
It's no, dude. They've already given us 3 chances to take the ball away. They're not giving us
that's
a
just this
4th.
drive.
Yeah, I know. But that's
That's
how
not a hold.
statistics work.
Now, when you get beat and your guy's about to go sack the quarterback, just grab his jersey. All right, because it's legal.
Not if your jersey isn't red. Please tell me there's no
If
flag.
they call something on us and they let that hold on the edge go, it was slight. I'm not saying it was a horrible blatant, but it was there.
Everybody on both sides, again, they're going to make everybody earn it.
It's definitely on us.
Be
bro.
on right. Jesus Christ.
Great reaction by Nebraska to rally to.
You sure that's not on Northwestern?
Get him down. Let's just make sure.
I am. Yeah, us too.
The play was long march down 15.
What is this? What are we doing?
What? What happened?
Just like giving guys 5s like this, like doing this.
I didn't even see it.
Some Illuminati shit is what it was.
You know, I used to have a tinfoil hat behind.
You just ride or dying with that Prophet X logo at the bottom.
Well, I forgot it was there. Can I be honest? I forgot it was there.
No.
You know? I didn't really prepare that much for this stream. Does that shock you? Is that
I am
would that be shocking for me to say?
flabbergasted, sir.
Okay.
You're usually a big
Things
attention
get
to detail guy.
Things get a little sloppy during basketball season when I'm running the other channel too, okay? Some things are gonna get lost in the wash.
Lost in the sauce.
All right. At least we've only been sacked like one time today?
1 or 2.
Feels like 1. Could be wrong. I think it's a positive that we held him to 3 there. No. They haven't broken a giant run on us yet. Max says predictions on Nebraska ball this season.
Undefeated. Undefeated.
I heard Casey Tominaga is coming back for a special 7th senior year.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
New NCAA rule they just passed.
Yeah.
All foreign players get
I
an
was going to
extra
say,
year.
no offense to the Orientals, but if you're from Japan, you get a little extra season thanks to what Gary's family did in Hiroshima.
What Gary's family did.
Allegedly. I'd love a little quick win here. I'm not even asking for it to be more than 3 points. I'm not asking for it to be more than 1 point.
Oh, this is a good point. Ernie says, does anyone feel like we're running a country club lifestyle with podcasts, girls volleyball games, and being on national channels versus spending time with team, drawing plays, and sleeping on the couch?
Great series.
What do you think about that? I've heard a lot of that.
Is he talking about Rhule with house rules?
Just in general, a lot of people talking about him being his podcast, being on McAfee, all the camera stuff, being out in public. Give us your thoughts.
I fully they are good thoughts. All right, so prepare yourself.
I'll be disappointed if they're not.
I totally
We're all
understand.
waiting with bated breath.
I understand the reaction to feel that way. However, I totally buy into what it does for recruiting, and I don't give a piss about nothing but recruiting. Being on McAfee every week gets Nebraska and
Can we stop the behind the line shit? Like the first drive,
yeah,
quick outs or him scampering a little bit. They're going to call Harburg for a hold, even though he did half of what's been done to Nebraska every drive.
Yeah. Or was that But Matt Rhule has an awesome personality. That's one of his absolute strengths. He gets to showcase that weekly on the biggest basically the biggest sports platform. Weekly. No other coaches, some other coaches go on, but not weekly. They don't have their own segment. And House Rules is just another opportunity for a lot of content to be put out, which is what young people are watching. He's reaching them where they are. And so I do not have a single problem with it.
Plus, he's doing it all from his
understand the thought, though. I'm not trying to say you're an idiot if you think the other way, like Gary is.
Both sides are shit.
Hand off to Emmett. He's got a gap. He's got a gorp.
You ordered any food yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. You know, I'm to be honest, I'm pretty excited for this Gary Menson halftime show.
Malcolm isn't coming back. He's redshirting.
Yep, totes red shirt. And officially, I mean, he'll be back next year. Which I'm totally fine with, man. Love to get him back for next year when the team hopefully be better again. Unless Matt Rhule's at Pedo State. You know?
Yep. Bucket, man, I agree with you, man. I feel like the biggest problem.
What?
All the coaches and stuff being so big and like hyping up the team in the offseason and really leaning into the Rhule year 3 thing. It's like if you're not there and you're still developing and doing whatever, like I know not all fans feel this way, but it's like cool. Just keep improving, steadily improving. But to kind of put the expectations or the hype around yourself all off season and getting everybody like, oh shit, this should be a big year. And then you still have major issues, major things that need to be developed and worked on. It's like you saw this and thought that you were going to be a potential playoff team.
Well, to be fair, when were they saying they were going to be a potential playoff team?
All off season. Well, I don't know about the playoff, but like that's the goal. The goals to win championships, play for Big Ten championships. This and
I mean,
that.
that's setting a standard that you should be setting. Like
but when you've got like Spindler saying it's best offensive line in the country, and Rhule talking about how much people have developed, and guys talking about how much Rhule improved his body and developed more of his game. And maybe he has. It's not. I mean, his style isn't the running type, and there's not enough protection, and these plays take so long to develop.
He probably looks incredible in practice when they're not allowed
to hit
jersey.
Him. Yeah.
Holy cow, he's got to look like the real Patty. I just think that's setting a standard and setting the culture. I don't take no offense to it. Like,
I think your standard and your culture needs to be, this is what we expect to do, but we've got to go do it. And we got to show it. We got to prove it.
Yeah.
This would be big. This is one of the best teams. This roster's loaded. And then he can't convert fourth and short or be consistent in the red zone.
Don't you kind of feel like if you're not speaking about things and talking about things clearly that, like, don't you think that can help? Like,
yeah, but there's an extent to it.
On House Rules, he had his boy, this is a few weeks ago, the coach of Texas Tech on. A really good episode. They talked about their friendship and how that's what gave me the idea for us to go after a high school coach that's incredible at offensive line development or whatever, with ties to where we want to recruit. Because that's what he did with the coach of Texas Tech and now Texas Tech. And he said when he got to his first school that he was coaching or whatever, they went in and they bought and put up a trophy case, big ass trophy case with no trophies in it. And he's like, we did that from day one. We put in a trophy case for the trophies that we were going to fill it with. Yeah, I mean, it worked for them. It's this concept.
I mean, that's basically what they did with Mosey, but it's like,
you know?
I don't agree with when there's bad games or stretches or whatever, like instantly replace somebody. Like if it can't be fixed, yeah. But like look at your brakes go out on your car. You don't go, God damn, I gotta get a new car now. Like you just replace the brakes or you fix Now, sometimes you can't fix it, or it's going to be more trouble than it's worth to fix it, and then you got to do that. That's kind of more my approach. But at the same time, if you either think that what you have is better than it is, you're not very good at evaluating, or you're just gassing shit up and trying to do what you're saying to a point where you're raising expectations that aren't realistic that you're going to meet. And then you're going to get more backlash. You're creating more backlash than you would have if you were just like, yeah, we're steadily improving. And he's kind of switched to that, if you notice, where he's like, we're not doing it as fast or the same way as some people, but we're doing it better than some people in their third year. And he's right. But that's not what you were saying all offseason. And I'm not saying he was going out saying, we're going to book your trips to the bowl games because we're going. I'm not saying he was doing all that, but he was really leaning into it, talking about how good each position group was, how much better good position groups got, or, that were already good last year and showing improvement. And then it's like, that's why I was so upset after the Cincinnati game, even though we won. It's like, this isn't what, I don't know. It wasn't what I expected. And a lot of that's probably my fault for having those types of expectations, but a lot of that was based off of what they were saying in the offseason, the Matt Rhule year 3 shit, the upgrade at the receiver spot, Dylan supposedly developing more. But it's like offensive line development is atrocious. I don't understand how this far down the road you're still recycling Frost offensive linemen because you don't have anybody else that you have the slightest faith in going out there just to see.
How did they let Segrin go? How was he not valued to the point to where he didn't feel like he needed to leave? How did you not see? I mean,
don't put too much into the PFF ranking on a team that
we got any PFFers?
Done. Yeah, Rhule was one of the top quarterbacks
Offensive
in the
line.
For weeks.
Offensive line, I'm talking. We got any PFFers on the offensive line? Anyone not at the bottom of the list?
Highly doubtful after a 9-sack game, but Benhart was up there last year.
Wow. Bring him back. That don't sound half bad.
Believe me, if he was on the team, they'd still be using him. We got the number one offensive lineman from Iowa, a year ago, 2 years ago. Hawaii, Nevada, some other areas, Utah or something, I don't know. But you got these guys coming in. It's like, I get offensive linemen take a while to develop, but you got guys going into their third year, and it's like,
I think
you can't put them in for a few snaps, see what they can do.
I think we're in a situation where we've got these seniors that came back for their 8th year, and they're just like, well, almost like seniority. But you're right. Like you told me the other day, like they're saying they're not ready. Like you've heard Donovan say whatever, like, yeah, they're not ready yet. Like, do you have your homework today? No, it's not ready. Like, bro, it's been 2 weeks. The assignment was 3 weeks ago. What? It's just not ready yet. Like, you're not doing your job at some point. I know you love Donovan and want to keep him around.
Well, like I said, man, I don't think his scheme or what he wants them to do is bad. Like, I think it's just you're not developing guys to be able to do it. Like, that's the problem I have with them. It's the developmental side.
I'll tell you what your problem is with it.
What is it?
The developmental side.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Could go either way, but you know what really scares me is the fact that last week it was 6-7 going into halftime. Unfortunately, we had 6. So maybe this is an omen that we're the ones that are going to go up 24-6.
Blow it open.
I'd love that. I'd really like that.
Like when Rhule was talking about It's when he was referring to Dana and the offense, where he's like, you got to call plays that are going to work. Like what the defense is giving you or what's been working, blah, blah, not necessarily what you want to run. And it's like, yeah, dude, take your own advice. Like you want to be this physical, tough-nosed powerhouse team, but you don't have the horses to do it. So lean into the fact that you have speed and athleticism in your backfield and on the edges, and you supposedly have a really accurate, good quarterback. Get the ball out quick. Let these guys get the ball in space. Like Ja'Cory Barney will field a punt with a dude 2 yards away from him and turn it into a decent gain. You can't, as soon as you get the snap, fire it to him and all of a sudden let him be a punt returner or an Isaiah Hunter or Key or any of those guys. Like get them the ball with a little bit of space, especially when defenses are playing 5-7 yards off of them, and start making them play tight.
Playing tight is tight.
Dude, playing tight's tight.
Okay.
Like until you get the bodies to be as physical as you think you are or want to be in the trenches, play to your strengths, man.
Every resource we have money-wise should go into the offensive and defensive line first and foremost, and then go get your skill players. I'd rather have Alex Bullock out there. Not joking. Not joking. If we had an offensive line that could give Rhule all the time in the world to throw, just like, let's say a good offensive line. If you not great, if you could give me a great offensive line, I'd absolutely rather have Alex Bullock out there running a solid 4.8 40 time. Agree or nah?
Yeah, but that's not what you have on the roster now.
No, I know. I'm saying going forward, if it costs you, if it cuts into what you can give skill players, so you end up being back more towards you've got walk-on receivers, but your offensive line play is great because all your NIL money you're spending on big boys, I'd take that trade-off, bro. Because then your run game is better. Is it? I missed it. Auburn.
Yeah. I don't disagree with what you're saying, but it's like it's the whole there's more than one way to skin a cat deal. But like what you have now on your roster, you can exploit defenses. Like you have a lot of speed and athleticism on the edges. You've got one of the best running backs in the country, probably, if not the best, the top 2 or 3 running back in your conference. Scheme it to where you're utilizing that. We don't need all this bullshit behind the line, side to side, before a play can open up when you can't create. You struggle to create run lanes for a guy when he's taking a direct, quarterback gets it and hands it off to him. Like there's not a lot for them to work with. They've got to turn the slightest openings into, grind out whatever they can out of it. And you're trying to like line up and like, we're going to bully him back 2 yards and get this 3rd or 4th down or try to punch it in the end zone. Like you can't do that. So like, again, I don't understand why Ja'Cory Barney can field a punt with a dude in his face, make him miss and go for 20 or 30 yards. But when a corner's playing 7 yards back on him, you don't take the snap, throw it right to him and let him basically be in the same situation, or do it with Mills or Key, and obviously Hunter comes off those screens a lot. Like I don't know.
This is why I wish you would have accepted the job when they offered you the offensive coordinator position in the first place.
Pocketbook. They were trying to get
to compete with your
to throw in some money, and he was like, "Nah."
He didn't believe in you yet.
He's like, Gabe by himself during these games would be dog shit.
He did it for the podcast.
He did it for the pod.
Speaking of doing it for the pod, could you guys hit the like button for the podcast? Can we get to like 75 likes real quick? That'd be dope. We're at 64. It ain't bad. Just helps it out. Helps out the old algorithm. Yeah, Ted, he sure as hell either key, and I'm not suggesting this. This is literally just it is an either or. Either he's not what we thought he was, or they're just absolutely like covering the shit out of him every game, every team, taking key away. Cause ain't him and Rhule roommates and friends?
Yeah, that's where I like get frustrated with Holgerson. Like I'm a big fan of Holgerson, but
we call him Hogleg.
There aren't a lot of corners that are going to just lock up Key. Like you're having to either bracket him or give help if he is shut down. Like I said, like I'm always bitching about, we don't get to watch the routes being ran 90% of the time because the cameras just focus on where the ball's at. But if that's the case, you've got to have other guys able to get open. You also can't one-on-one just lock up Ja'Cory or Hunter. I mean, sometimes they're going to lose, or sometimes they're going to be lazy or slow running a route, whatever, not be real crisp and break off the routes clean. But it's just, I feel like a lot of the pass plays just take so long to develop. Like you were in a pass situation at the end of the half, everybody spread wide, sent Emmett out of the backfield, so you didn't have the option to run. And he threw that really quick. As soon as he got it, threw it to Lindenmeyer, and he picked up 10, 12 yards, whatever it was, on that 3rd and 13. Like, why can't you do more of that? Then when they start spreading, worrying about that, then run. Especially the straight, get the ball and hit a B gap or whatever. Not start to roll left and then hand it to him to run right, and the tight end pulling will be the lead. Like, that's not worked all season.
Brian says Braun has what, a third the NIL and coach's salary that Rhule does. I mean, let's not forget, though, Northwestern's been where they've been for a long time. Like, I don't feel like they're ever too up or ever too down. Nebraska was like a house that you bought where you've got black mold behind the walls. And you
Why
have
has it gotta be black mold?
White nationalist mold.
There you go. That's better.
Better?
I think just because you come in here wearing a chick's hat, you can start being a bigot, and we're going to let it slide.
I'm an ally. All right? But yeah, that's not to say that it's not completely disappointing and soul-crushing that they have way less money than us and yet are always just as good or better. You know, it makes no sense.
I'm with you. Bryce Crispy's another great name. He said we need to be running drag routes. Our receivers are much faster than opposing DBs. Yeah, and you can have them run those underneath of like seam routes, so you have to keep safeties honest. Like I don't know. I don't understand how these coordinators and coaches are like so. Is it like an overthinking? Is it like a paralysis by analysis thing? Like where they're just complicating shit that doesn't need to be complicated?
Don't ask.
I mean, they've forgotten more than we know, but it's obvious to all of us. That doesn't make any sense.
Almost back.
Yeah, I'm going to go fill my water up before we get started. You'll keep the chat busy.
Oh, yeah.
Or you'll get dealt with. Either way.
I do not have the fortitude to be dealt with.
No.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. 3rd and 7, you can for sure get off the field, right, Gabe?
Well, that's what we always get off the field.
They ain't never allowed a 3rd down conversion all season. I don't think they're going to start today.
This isn't going to be the first mistake we make,
This
okay?
isn't going to be the first.
Come on.
Superb.
Compresh, almost.
Little press,
Ay,
little
ay,
overthrow.
ay. I'll take an overthrow. I'm not above an overthrow.
Nope. I'll even gaslight you and say the defense forced that overthrow.
Twist just creates a little hesitancy for him.
That's smart, Ernie. Pausing us to line it up, that's next level.
Away from a conversion that was well
That is next
designed
level.
that time, and he knows
That might be a
what to
type
do.
of
Man, that's me.
think tank we need on the sidelines down there in y'all's Lincoln.
On the pictures, like, we got it. Oh. That
Corey Barney with his surf shorts.
Wagner pulling that in. So Akers hangs another one up in the air and avoids.
I mean, I don't think we're on a delay. Let me see if I have our
Well, just like the
stream.
first half, the second half begins well for Nebraska. Kenneth Williams.
Yeah, it's ultra low latency.
Pom-pom shaking.
All right, man. Got the ball back.
Well, opening kickoff housed.
No?
Force a punt.
Maybe we are going to revoice.
We're going to Minnesota them.
Exactly. Give them the reverse Minnesota treatment.
I really need a 10-point win here so I can talk shit to you all week.
You did predict it. This is our first split, by the way. This is the first time we've disagreed on who's going to win.
You picked Northwestern?
I picked Northwestern. That's why somebody in the comments told me to
Stop being a little baby back.
to be a man about it.
Be a man about it.
You know? I cried a little. I shed a couple tears after he said that, but picked myself up by me bootstraps. All right.
I would imagine Fubo would be behind, right? But I'm so far behind. I don't understand why I'm always so far behind, man.
No, Thuzy, I'm in Austin, which I don't know why we would have better sushi than you. I mean, I guess we're a little less landlocked, but
You ain't got no better sushi.
no offense to
I
the
feel like everybody,
Orientals, but we got a lot
wherever
of
they're
Japanese
at,
down
their
here.
stuff's better.
No, I mean no, because
So
I
they go on
say
vacation, it's like,
no.
I'm gonna go get some real whatever. But then
I
if they
say
talk to somebody
pizza.
somewhere, it's just
I don't
better.
like the pizza here in Texas the way I like Omaha. Like I feel like Omaha, you can go to like a random place and it's just better than anything here in Texas for pizza. It's crazy. Like I legitimately miss it. We went to Big Fred's and it brought a tear to my eye. And I know that's not even the best pizza in Omaha.
Nannon missed the field goal. Fourth down play that Rhule fumbled. And a good punch out from
Also,
Braden
fast
Turner
food
for
in
Northwestern.
general is just better in Omaha.
Punt for the Wildcats as Rhule and Nebraska 89
That's not
yards
saying
away
much
from
for Austin.
Hand off. Great juke.
Right. Nice little
I'll
hand.
take it, bro. What a good juke.
in the backfield to make Bastogne miss. Well, let's go to Mike Hill in LA for an all-state.
How many reps did you
All
have
right,
to
fellas,
put
Ole
him
Miss
through
trying to
before
bounce
you
back after that loss to
got
Georgia.
that?
2 or 3. He
Oklahoma
picked it
and
up
LSU
so
10
fast.
seconds. Kewan Lacey knows
Yeah.
how to find that end zone. 2-yard run, his second of the day. 12th of the
Former
season.
Husker,
Top of
Kawan
the
Lacey.
destination. Rebels up 22-10.
You know, not a big
Husker
deal.
commit.
Under the mark.
Former Husker commit.
Mike, thank you very much.
Once a commit, always a
Quick
Husker.
feed of Emmett
He
Johnson.
just
and Brady plows
converted
ahead
a
for the
third
first
or a
down
second
back-to-back
short yard run play.
I am not at liberty to say Gonzo.
Bastone in the backfield Aiden Hubbard in the backfield. He just
There
does
might be a murderer
chair
at
cut, jump
large.
cut, gets vertical.
The fact that
You
I
guys
live
think-
here,
His talent, man. Total back, physical.
no coincidence. I mean, it is a
Out
coincidence.
of the backfield.
It's weird nobody dies when they're doing one of the YouTube
Right,
channels.
right.
In this game.
Backwards.
It is backwards, and Barney.
I
Let's do
mean,
more behind the line of scrimmage stuff, guys, because I'll bet if we put up a chart of how successful behind the line of scrimmage plays have been all season, it's probably 110% success rate.
bro,
So
I
I see why they keep dialing those up.
I don't want to say it because I love Barney and he's so fun.
You could tackle him if you can touch him.
I honestly think I could tackle him. I mean, that one, I guess he did get his feet tripped a little bit more than it looked like. The other angle looked like he just got breathed on.
But they're so drawn out and telegraphed. It's like, God damn, man.
You're not happy about it.
No.
Handoff left for Mosey.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard more.
Stevens into the game for Fitzgerald. Had to sit out that play. But
Third
he's
and
right back in
10.
for this third down in the back end for the Wildcats.
Inside to the
We might not see Nelson, at least for a while.
And if you're just joining us, no date,
got
no
himself in the
fuss. Adam
doghouse.
Smith, 12, the third string corner down at the bottom.
Backfield, so we'll probably get a quick pass on one of the seams.
All right.
Go on, Emmett.
I honestly think he twisted
Right.
and got the first.
So, too, he definitely wasn't that
That's
far
a
back.
that's a bad spot, ref.
Yeah, that
Drives
needs
him
to be
back
looked
and
at.
had just enough force to stop Johnson, but the offense
Yeah.
from Nebraska.
Just
Maybe it's one of those times, you know, where his knee was down early, but you don't see it.
Great design
His knee
by
doesn't
Dana
go down to his
Holgerson.
elbows
That's
yet.
in space. Emmett Johnson against their
First
their
down,
best
dude.
defender in
So,
the box on the perimeter. That's a tough assignment.
Gonzo's gay brother
Job
could
to get
tackle
to the
him.
ground.
According to Gonzo.
The offense comes off the field for Nebraska. So Drew Wagner, a chance at a punt return for Northwestern.
I don't know, Sam. It's driving me nuts, though.
Cowboys' butts drive you nuts. What a
They didn't review
kick!
it. Why did they not review it?
Good coverage, good.
I don't know.
Mac Uline with a big third down stop.
Oh,
Pass coverage gets the ball back to Northwestern after this.
Hey, co-pilot. How do I go there?
What sort of thrust does this thing have on it?
Hey, co-pilot, that's a cool mic. What is
Yeah, I am shocked they didn't go for it.
And you don't want that. Not go for it. Look at it. Like, he got it. Like, his knees don't touch. He wraps around the dude, gets like rolled over. He's on the dude's body. His elbows hit, the ball's in front of him over the line. They don't even look at it.
I'll come down on you to make this right, Gary. We have Eckler become the head coach.
I know that we're never going to get the benefit of the doubt on a spot. We're never going to get a holding call on the other team. If we hit somebody too hard, it's going to be a flag and an ejection. I made my peace with all that a couple seasons ago. But now we can't even review plays.
No, maybe they're worried about having it for the end of the game, right?
But, like, why don't they look at it? Northwestern didn't challenge, did they? On the Harburg one? Wasn't that the refs that looked back at it? When Harburg did the little jump over on that 4th and 1?
Yeah. That was a bad spot, man.
Dude, something's got to be done about this officiating shit, man.
Nook, cranny, 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 nook, cranny.
Well, before you go in on that, just know that Chauncey Billups is the only one that's involved. He's a rogue agent.
And it's just poker and NBA games.
Poker and NBA, just Chauncey Billups.
The fact that the NFL has ownership in ESPN and ESPN owns a sports book means nothing, and don't you even think it does.
No. I've been assured by smarter men.
They would never do
Nebraska
anything
versus the
for
momentum
profit.
for Nebraska. How have you seen it play out today?
Well, it's just a great perspective for both sides.
No one's corrupt.
Stopping in its tracks, and David Braun wants his team
Just
to
a
realize
few
that
rogue
it's
outliers,
something
like you said.
If we do
But
every
we're gonna
single
weed them
detail
out.
right to the maximum of our ability, we got a shot. Zero blitz.
Are they confused on the line, or what are we doing?
Oh, McCullough gets a little pressure. He's hot. And, oh my God, we got it! Finally! The
Don't
ball.
you worry, that'll get reviewed for a half hour.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can take this
And
away?
they'll say a strand of grass flew up off the ground and smacked the ball into the receiver's hand, and we don't like the way that fell. Look at this McCullough pressure, bro. I thought he was offsides like he's been before.
That's a
A lot.
Right. You see Leonard get held? You see that flag? No, me neither.
You see how that works? He goes and fetches the duck. He got it!
Yeah, he got it.
I don't know.
His arm stays under. Ball moves, but his arm stays under.
Stay under D's nuts. I don't know. They better snap this. Snap
my.
it. Snap it. Snap it. Thank you. Thank you. I can the we back. All right.
What a catch, man. Ooh. Told him about it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Google me. I said he's not going to do that.
Max Kirkman says Hunter is the man. I mean, he is absolutely the best receiver I am more impressed with him every week, dude. His speed, literally top notch. His hands.
Try to relax, Mike Greenberg.
Well,
not everything that happened most recent is the greatest of all time or ever.
Well, he had that run with the shoeless run. His shoeless run, he was the fastest tracked player in the country. That's why I put him up there.
Because he didn't have that shoe slowing him down.
Exactly.
Everybody's like barefoot. Think how much faster.
Everybody knows that. That's true. It's like
Everybody know
PEDs.
that, boy.
Taking your shoes off is like PEDs. You know? He's a junior, right? Sean, so if you don't decide to go pro ski, we could have him for another year. That could be an illusion. Shout out to your boy, Steven Seagal.
The Asian, Turkish, South American, Black, Native American Steven Seagal.
Exactly.
Gonzo, we're going to need you to sleep in that vest, all right, until the season's over. You never take it off. You shower with it.
It was a hell of a catch, man.
Touchdown.
Everything was good.
Nebraska.
was a good
play
throw.
call, the throw.
Northwestern turnover. Donovan Jones on the tip ball.
I mean, Hunter slipped a little bit. He could have probably caught that standing up on both feet if he didn't slide, but still made a great adjustment.
Nebraska has flipped
All
the
it
script
in.
on Northwestern and just out-teamed it up.
Joseph Hyman finally gets a shot to return.
Please no. Good stop. Good stop.
So Northwestern will try to get it rolling again after the pick. Tomorrow on Fox, it's an NFC East rivalry as Jackson Dart and the Giants take on Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and the Eagles. Or Christian McCaffrey and the Niners take on the Texans or other regional action. Check local listings. The game in your area tomorrow on Fox.
The conservative Husker, is it a little too Dion for you, or what do you
Seen
think?
that look a lot today from Matt Rhule. Headset off.
Is what a little too Dion.
So he's not sure.
Scott, it's like I know I've probably been guilty of threatening anthrax a few times on refs' families, but this is Gary's version of threatening anthrax.
I on my kids. I swear on my life, my family's
you would
life,
send them
if I was one of
anthrax?
those players, that I would either take the dirtiest, cheapest shot on one of their players, which wouldn't be right because it's not their fault. They're not the one throwing flags. But if there was an opportunity in the slightest to just tee off on one of those refs and make it look like it was part of the play, I'd 100% would do it. Consequences be damned.
I don't think that's a normal thing to say or think.
I'm just telling you that's a
or feel.
Not saying it is. Not saying that should be a universal thought. Saying it's 1,000,000,000% what I would do. I mean, unless they put 10 in the box, I'm fine if we don't attempt another pass the rest of this game.
Yeah, so you're down with the milk it mode.
Yep.
I would assume it's too early to milk. TBH.
What's that?
I would think it's too early to milk.
I'm not saying milk like
the way I milk.
Yeah. I'm saying still try to keep getting these 5-6 yard carries if you can, but don't if a run goes for no gain or a yard, don't go, okay, now we got to pass. Just line back up and do it again.
Oh, man. Remember when we thought we were going to Minnesota them? Go up, leave them in the rearview mirror. I should have definitely known better than to think that, considering we don't do that.
We're not allowed to do it. The second Nebraska has a sliver of momentum going, the refs are like, we'll put a stop to that right goddamn now.
Like, wait, what does Vegas want? Where's me whistle? Oh, yeah, Husker D. And according to Rhule, he might be playing on Sundays.
Who's that?
Guthrie. Rex Guthrie. Goo 3. Bubba says, we will smoke him in the fourth. I don't know, Bubba No Jab, a.k.a. Patriot No Jab. I know that used to be his name. Now, I know that what you mean by that is that you don't throw jabs when you box.
No, he's haymakers all day.
Okay.
All haymakers all the time.
He said, trust me. Okay. Gary, we are ready for you to teach us
flip momentum.
They might interview Rhule, though, so you might need to shut the hell up.
I'm way ahead of you on that.
Mark Alfred, I'm Connor Onion. Get you back to the studio as Nebraska wins their 6th game going to...
Back to the studio. Give us an interview.
Since 2015 and 2016, they hope much more ahead as far as the postseason. Let's send you back to Mike Hill in L.A.
All right, guys. So we'll have the actual Matt Rhule. Do you have time to do Matt Rhule's portion of the press conference?
Not for you, but for the chat, I do.
For that, well, we're grateful. I'm going to pull the stats up, but please, if you don't mind, give us a breakdown of this game.
I mean, I'm trying really hard to get off the whole ref thing. I made my point, but it still bothers the shit out of me.
Okay.
When we're like every week, we look at who needs to be fired or who needs to be replaced, blah, blah. Like when you string this together all the way back to the Cincinnati game with the unstoppable, impenetrable, they should put drop zone and cover 3 shell defense around Fort Knox and no one would ever be able to get into it. But all season long, I feel like Holgerson's play calling is just spotty at best, most of the time's trash. Like the amount of routes run short of the first down. And I don't care if he's not designing it that way, that's what the players are running. All right, if Rhule is responsible for the lack of development and talent and even mediocre performances at the offensive line, then he's responsible for that these guys are running the right routes or communication. I know communication after last game was a big talking point. It's just got to change, man. When you come out early and you're throwing the quick routes and down the end of the first half when you're trying to move the ball in those 3rd and longs, things like that, you get the ball out quick, you start gouging them. There's still no aggression on the offensive line. Like the amount of times that Emmett's fighting and guys are standing there, spinning around looking like, where's he at? What's going on? Just hit somebody, dude. If you can't block, you can't protect your quarterback. We established that early on. So at least when you're in the run game and you can just run around and tee off on people, don't hit them in the back or do the Pritchett thing or whatever, but beat up on guys. Make them start having their head on a swivel instead of just knowing I'll run past that dude and then I can chase down a receiver or a running back without a care in the world of getting hit because guys are just kind of looking around like, who's next to me I can put my hand out and touch. The lack of physicality on the line, even if you're bad, is just, there's no excuse for that. And the offensive play calling with all the little fancy window dressing stuff they want to do behind the line of scrimmage, I can't harp enough on the routes not going to the first down marker. I don't know, man. There's just so many things. It's just like, why are you doing that? Why are you continuing to do these things that don't work and not adjusting things that are working but aren't extending drives? Like there needs to be way more emphasis and accountability on that. Offensive line is the offensive line. Like I'm kind of tired about talking about that. It is what it is. They refuse to put any of these guys that have been on the team for 2-3 years, supposedly getting developed. They were high recruits coming out of high school. Some of them were the top recruits in their state. I don't know what to make of that. Obviously, like I said,
I think the vets are better.
The tackling was better today because there was more guys to the ball. But as far as like technical wrapping up and driving guys down, next to no improvement on that. I mean, you also have to keep in mind the style of Minnesota was very similar, but these guys, talent-wise, aren't as talented as Minnesota. I'm not saying Minnesota's top tier or anything, but it's like these rosters are going to get better. These coaches we're about to be playing are going to be better. I don't know, man. I don't feel good at all going forward. I'm glad they got their 6th win now. Hopefully you can do something, but it's just, I don't know. I don't feel good going forward. I feel like if anything, things are going backwards. I feel like Dylan's regressing. I'm sure his accuracy downfield has a lot to do with knowing the longer he's waiting for the downfield routes to develop, the more likely he is to get rolled up or teed off on. But I don't know. That's why I say you've got to start implementing more shit that caters to him and the fact that your offensive line is trash and you don't want to start leaning on the younger guys to get them in-game reps and develop them that way, even in a rotation. I'm not saying change out the whole front five and put in a brand new one, but we saw, especially down the stretch there where you had Corcoran and Spindler with one arm, they can't block one guy multiple times, like consistently on the same drive. Can't block, keep one guy out of the backfield. True freshman could go do that. At least get some in-game reps. Maybe you realize he's a really good run blocker. Or maybe he's not good at all in the run block game, but he would be able to help seal off or at least get in the dude's way. Somebody in the chat said about Prohaska, like he could just fall down and it would take longer for them to step over or around him than it is for them to just go right through him when he's standing up trying to block him. And he's not wrong. Like it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. The minimal amount of numbers teams can use and still wreak havoc in the backfield.
Which one were you saying that they could just lay down and it'd be the same amount of time? Yeah.
But down the stretch on that one, Corcoran's the same way. He's doing this jab step, trying to back up while this dude just runs right around him. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't understand how.
Okay. Meanwhile, you have Northwestern, whose offensive line, not trying to be like hyperbolic here or anything, but their offensive line was humming, bro. Like they're like a well-oiled machine. I feel like we never came even close to touching their quarterback. Save it be for the time that we actually did.
Anybody's quarterbacks. Our defensive line.
So it's,
I mean, you realize Cam Leonard would be a defensive end in every other defense in the nation, and he's one of our tackles.
Yeah.
And then you've got speedy or outside linebackers that play more on the edge that, yeah, they're fast and they get into the backfield, but there's no breakdown and break into the quarterback. They run past him, or the tackles know, okay, this dude's going to go as fast as he can this way. I'm not going to try and block him. I'm just going to stay inside and keep running him 10 yards into the backfield past the quarterback. And whatever side gets through first, we'll just roll the offense away from it. And then one of the guys that's in a shallow zone, like a linebacker or somebody who's coming across with a guy on a drag, he'll have to come up to cut off the quarterback, or else he'll run for 8 yards. And now that guy's wide open. Like every play, it seemed like that's what, not just them. Minnesota did it. Every team we've played figures that out and does it. And there's no answer for it. It's like, just go with a 3-man front so you can get Cam on the edge a little bit more, and then play more of a contain as opposed to trying to get pressure on the quarterback. The pressure on the quarterback is doing absolutely nothing except taking guys that could be in coverage or in contain and running them out of the play in the backfield.
We won. Remember earlier when I said the game's not over? I got a feeling the game's not over. You tried to convince me. That's because the refs
wanted Nebraska to win, and they didn't call that hold on the end.
We have to call that for what it is, bro. It doesn't matter if they're not giving you those calls. It still is a hold. Which
was it a hold on when Wright was trying to go through the line on the exact same play and got grabbed around his waist? I think it was Wright.
So is that argument basically the argument of like, if they're not calling it like that, then it's not? Because that's a good argument.
Yeah, that's my point with like, you didn't hear me freak out until the first down. And every time we were able to see guys running routes, they're getting grabbed and it's handsy and they're not able to break off the routes clean because guys are grabbing them. If you're not calling it, don't call it. Fine. It's not like blatant, I'm holding or pulling this guy down, not letting him run his route. I'm just making it difficult for him. And you're letting us be physical. Cool. I prefer that. Like you've heard me bitch in other games where I don't have a vested interest in the team or whatever. Like That's the style I like playing. Like, let that happen, but don't turn around in Minnesota and when the guy's pushing Jones and he grabs his arm and as a reaction to that, and like, oh no, that's defensive holding. Like they've been doing it to us all game. The same thing. I know it's different games and a different set of refs, but it's like Pritchett pancakes a dude and then dives on top of him. You can't do that, so they call the flag. Well, his face mask touched him when he was belly flopping on him, so he's ejected. Okay, and then like that play I sent you, I'm sure everybody and their mom's seen it by now. And the Iowa player did the same thing, but like jumps up and like spears down on him. Not even a flag. Like, where's the consistency? And it's probably a bad idea to bring up a different game with a different set of refs. But I'm just saying, like, that's the feel that I have after not just this game or this season, but like years of it's like, okay, every little thing that Nebraska, and then we get mad because they don't play physical. It's like, well, they can't. Half the time they can't. If a guy gets physical or starts, being setting a tone or whatever else, it's like, well, you can't do that. That's a flag. And then it's like, we compare these other teams. Why can't we do what Indiana did on turnaround? Or why can't we even be on Iowa's level of consistency or be like some of these SEC teams? Watch those games and watch how they are allowed to play football so much more often. And I'm not saying it's just a Nebraska thing. There's other games I watch and I'm like, what are we doing with the calls here? But it's just the randomness, especially when it's pick and choose in a lot of these Nebraska games. But that some of the calls in this game, some of the calls in the Minnesota game, and I'm not saying that's why they lost to Minnesota, but it's like critical moments when they decide, okay, we're not going to allow that. That thing we've allowed all game, not here. Not when you stopped them on fourth down. Like, it's just, I don't care who your coach is or what kind of recruits or whatever you have. If every time you have a big play or a big momentum shifter, something goes against you, it's like, okay, what do you do?
Real man's talking.
About teams like them, teams like us that are just the way football's supposed to be played. I have the utmost respect for them. Blue collar, tough. 17's a great player. The backs are excellent. Really good defense. And I have a lot of respect for them. It was a fight that we knew would be a battle to the very end. And proud of our guys. I thought they showed tremendous resolve. Not many chances in life to have a second chance at something. It was 7-6 at the half. I think you guys heard me say last week I wasn't real happy with the way we were acting about it being 7-6. We got back to just being ourselves this week and just came out, took the kickoff, scored on offense, got a turnover, scored on offense. Unfortunately, obviously let them back in it. But we knew they were going to battle, and I thought Dylan and the offense made the plays they had to in the end when it was necessary. So pleased with the win. We just left it there. We didn't even talk about being bowl eligible, just talked about the way they handled the process of doing what they're doing. And so we're not perfect, but we are 6-2. We do have a nationally televised game this week. I don't know the last time something that big happened in this time of year. It's great to have them in October, September when people want to come see Coach Sanders, but it should be a great opportunity next week for us, and we'll try our best to be ready.
Matt, you guys carried it about 64% of the time on the ground. Was that the approach going in, or was that just the feel of the game as it progressed that you guys wanted to run more in this game than you've done all season?
Well, I think anytime you come off a game like last week where you have that many sacks, you're going to obviously minimize it. And then Gunner, he's been dealing with a knee, practiced during the week, did his best to go ready, just couldn't go after warm-ups. Then Teddy went down with what looks like a pretty serious injury. And so then we had, turn to Tyler and Turner. But we were running the ball at a good clip, and so it was kind of a weird feeling, even in the second half, like we're getting ready to go take the ball, we return for a touchdown, we get the ball back on interception, we score. So we kind of rattled rhythm, I thought, for a little bit there. But I thought the runs were good all day. I know we finished with whatever. I think we would have had probably another 60 yards. Emmett's such a team guy. He knew to get down after the first down. He could have probably scored if he wanted to. But I just thought we were controlling the game early in the first half, running the football. And late in the game, when we had to drop back, we went to empty and guys made plays.
Dylan, that he makes the mistake that he does, but he responds. Maybe one of the best drives of his career.
Today was the best I've seen him in terms of just playing one snap at a time. Even early in the game, though, he never really got into a rhythm because we were running the football at a pretty high level and a pretty good clip. And I thought Dylan, the growth, you sometimes forget because he's so grown how young he is. And I thought that was his best game in terms of poise and presence. And make no mistake, it's another time that, the offense had to go down and win the game. And we went down and won the game on offense, and then obviously the defense gets to stop, and then we win the game in 4 minutes. So that's a situational clinic, and I think that all starts with your quarterback.
Matt, on the review of the fourth down, what were you told? I mean, it appeared that he was short.
I was told nothing. I was trying to calm. I was more worried about Troy. I was trying to calm Troy down, because, I don't know. I can't. I mean, they didn't. The guys on my side were communicating, but they didn't even come over and tell me. I'm looking at it up there. I saw him bobble it. I had to even challenge it. And then they said that the buzzer wasn't working. If they would have run that play, I'd have been really upset. So I challenged it. Then they said no. Wait, they buzzed it down. But it looked like the ball went up in the air. But I'm going to stay away from that one. And like I said, the great thing for me is when you have an AD that's fiery and right is right, wrong is wrong. And we didn't get many breaks today. I'll just leave it at that.
And Matt, what was to say about your guys answering the bell? It's been a tough week on everybody in the program, but to have them respond the way they did after the tone was set early in the week.
Wasn't it a good thing, though, like you lose your second game and it's a tough week? It means how far you've come. And that being said, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win. And if you lose, you can't lose the way we lost last week. And so that was a learning lesson for everybody. With all that being said, I thought our guys showed tremendous resolve. And anytime you're up, you have that third quarter that you had, which has been an issue for us, and then you let them back in the game. I mean, that could have been, here we go again. You think about the last, I don't know how many years, the 2 years I've been here, it would have been like that. And a credit to our crowd. I thought our crowd was juiced up, and and then the offense went right down there. And honestly, I was kind of hoping that they did mark Emmett short, because I was hoping we could run the ball 3 times, maybe kick a field goal as time expired or something like that. But we have great guys. We have great guys. I mean, they work really hard. That's why I always say, when I say things like, hey, we're not perfect, I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. I'm saying I love being around a group of guys that has to work so hard, and who wants to work so hard at everything. And they grind. All they wanted to do was take that game ball at the end of the game to Teddy.
How have you seen Emmett just grow as a back through his time here to deliver a game like he did again today? I
mean, what can he do? I mean, he can do it all. He can do all 3 phases. And, literally, he yards. Credit to our O-line and tight ends. I mean, they're blocking, receivers are blocking, and then gets the second one in, So, Emmett can do it all. The times he got stopped there, he slipped. And that's a rugged defense right there.
The lag here, I suppose.
It's a rugged defense right there. Rugged defense right there.
Coach, talk about Kenneth Williams, that 94-yard touchdown return. Pretty amazing seeing that in the stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't own a business, but if I did, I'd probably get him an NIL deal here pretty quickly. I mean, guys, his payment probably hasn't even processed yet. He's probably still owed money for classes. He's probably still playing for the classes he's in. You talk about a story, but that's why we all got into coaching for things like that, and to watch him do that. And, Eck does Eck and Nick and Josh and Brent Marr, they do such a good job. And the guys on that group, I mean, there was a lot of great. They have one of the best kickoff teams we've seen in terms of getting down the field, and had a good return, I think, early. The first one I think went out to the 30 or so. You guys might remember better than me. And then, used the south wind in our favor, knowing that we would have a returnable kick, and bounced it back. So, really happy for Kenneth. Big time play.
Hey, you mentioned how much you appreciated number 17 from Northwestern. How much did you appreciate Andrew Marshall's work today in coverage against him?
Yeah, and I think about it, he got beat on that first double move, and he just kept playing, and even like the DPI he got at the end on the last touch. I thought they were going to call OPI. I thought he was trying to go pick the ball off. I thought so. It's really hard to play defense when they're not letting you play a ton. And but Andrew Marshall's one of the best corners in the league. And we challenged, but even on that at the end of the game, man, we're playing man. I mean, Jameer Khan was thrust into action. He went out there. He's making plays, and just love that about our guys. But yeah, Andrew was excited about this opportunity. 17's an excellent player.
That's another game where defenses had to go out and make a stop to get the win. I mean, what was kind of their mindset after they went back out with a lead? Were they comfortable, juiced up?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you that I saw much from them other than they were just excited to play, right? And then obviously they hit the first play, and then that kid makes an amazing catch down the right side. And then the last 2 plays were 0 blitz. I mean, John just sent the house one more than they had, and obviously got outside the pocket one time and we got confused, and so he said, you know what, we're gonna go after these guys. So I thought they were excited, and then after we got the ball back, I knew we needed one first down. So I said, hey, if we have to punt the ball, they're gonna get the ball back with 22 seconds left. And Sierra Wright's just one of the probably the best captain type leader I've seen in a long time. I mean, no shots at anybody else, just. Like literally, like I'm talking to the team and I'm like, finish. I'm like, Sir, you got anything? He's like, yeah, coach. I mean, he's just one of the best. And he had those guys were ready to go, and guys all made plays. And credit to John. I mean, the thing I saw the growth in Butler. I hate to talk about coaches, but I have to say this: like he didn't care about the score. He didn't care about anything. He's like, hey, we're gonna go play, and that's a lot of growth from last week. Because last week, all anybody wanted to talk about was the score of the whole game, and it got away from us.
Did he tell you, hey, I'm going to roll the dice and just bring everybody on those last two plays?
Yeah, he said, I said, what are you going? He said, bug storm drop. I said, all right. And then the second one, he said, bug storm drop. I said, we have a timeout if you need it. If you need a timeout, let me know. And the clock was running down on them. I wasn't sure if they're going to get it off. So I, like, literally, it was one of those deals was like, and held it off. And, the kid, they might have connected on it. But, at the end of the day, at some point, you got to force their hand to make them make a play, right? And so, they made some nice runs. They, bounced off some guys in tackling. I mean, we were certainly there. We fit the run way better, but didn't tackle well enough. Again, so we're still working on that. But we made the crucial stops needed when you need to make them.
What were you told by the officials regarding that abrupt movement call on the defense?
Yeah, I don't know. Nothing. I was told nothing other than, hey, they thought we moved. I mean, we haven't been called for that in 3 years. We don't coach it. We don't teach it. So our guy just went from a 3 technique to a 1 technique. I'll trust that was probably the right call. Who knows?
You guys forced 2 turnovers, but yet turned those 2 turnovers into touchdowns. Where you did turn it over twice, but they didn't score. How big of a deal is it when you do get turnovers to convert like that?
Yeah, so it's one of the points that Dana's made since coming here. We talk a lot about the turnover battle. He said, hey guys, it's not really the turnover battle. More of the points off turnovers. And if you go back to Maryland, we gave up 17 points off turnovers. Now one was a pick 6. If you want to talk about a turning point in the game, I thought when we threw that interception, they scored, we got the ball back, we threw the interception, and we held them to no points. That was a pivotal moment in the game, right? And so, there's a lot of guys out there on defense that are battling, and I think they had the right mindset. They took the field, and that was as big a stop to me in the game as there was. Battling, and I think they had the right mindset. They took the field, and that was as big a stop to me in the game as there was. The one right before for the play, Dylan's just trying to reach the ball across on 4th down. That fumble doesn't really mean it much. I mean, it was a tough decision. Should we have kicked it? We're into the wind there, so we said, hey, it's 4th and 1. We got to go for it. But that one was not negligible. The interception in their territory, though, was a huge play. So I think anytime you hold them to no points off turnovers, you get a couple turnovers, and you have a kickoff return for a touchdown, you're probably going to win the game.
To get to 6, with a month left in the season, just how valuable is that to focus on winning games, getting better without that pressure of getting to 6?
Yeah, there's no pressure. I told you guys last year, the 6 was awesome last year. We would never talk about it. We're still working. We're a work in progress. We're not, we're trying to get better and better and better. I love the group. I love the team. I think I've told you guys from the very beginning, it's one of the most favorite teams I've ever coached. Okay. They literally.
I really don't feel like this is on
our end. People appreciate the little things like that. At midnight, everyone will go to bed, and you can.
It's not like they're asking very good questions anyway.
Ask Julie. I'll put the game on and watch the TV copy, and then I'll watch the TV copy. I'll start brooding about USC.
They're not going to answer
next week.
Or
but I do mean it. I won't say this on Monday. I'm going to say it now. To credit to these guys and all the guys who came before them from where we were to be 6-2 with NBC coming here next Saturday night with a game that matters, and not just for the other team, but for us too. That's progress, and that progress isn't done by me. It wasn't done by me. It was done by these guys. It's done by the guys who've been here for all 3 years. It's done by the guys who aren't here anymore. Like I said, last year we hugged after we beat Wisconsin, and people were going nuts. We were bowl eligible. We didn't even mention it in there. I said it to my daughter walking out because that's all they really care about is a vacation. So, but yeah, we're just going to try to go play our best game next week and just do that. We got 4 more chances, and I just as you do this long enough, it's just after being on the road for 2 weeks, it was just so great to be back here. It was just so. I mean, I got here really early today, and there's a couple thousand kids in the student section already before anyone's even on the field. It's just such an awesome place and such an awesome home venue that has such an effect on you. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I wish I could give you a better answer. Probably one of the linemen. So probably Justin. He's the ringleader. Maybe Henry. Thanks, guys.
Your thoughts on Rhule's press conference, Gary?
Nah, whatever.
Don't whatever me, boy.
Same old cookie cutter type press conference as usual.
Don't act like you're too good for Rhule, because you ain't.
I would say, why do we not ever see a new face on the offensive line? Is it because you haven't developed them yet? Or is it because they're as developed as you can get them to this point and still not as good as the holdovers from the Frost era that everybody couldn't wait to see leave? And then I'd say, is it your idea or Dana's idea to run routes short of the first down every third and short? Then I'd say, hey, instead of always grandstanding for more money from donors and whatnot, can you tell us what's being done so that if people do start putting a bunch of money to get more on the roster or invest in an offensive line or whatever else, they know their money's going to go to good use and not paying somebody a ton of money to sit on the roster and never get to play in a game because you can't develop them? You know, stuff like that.
Type shit. Well, at least we got the win. They get to try to. Is it USC next week?
Is it? Probably. I can't remember.
Brother. I am.
What's your thoughts? Let's hear your thoughts. I've been rambling on for 3 hours, pissing and moaning about refs and offensive lines and no non-tacklers. What do you got?
I think at best case scenario, we're going to be slightly disappointed this season because I feel like 8-4 was the bottom of what we were willing to accept as success. And I don't know that we're going to only have 4 L's by the time it's all said and done. With 4 games left, I don't know that we're going to win 2 of these. Like, I could see maybe us bowing up and finally beating Iowa, which Iowa plus a bowl game, dude, that might be enough for me to be totally satisfied. But I also have felt like this season might not be the typical year 3 Rhule because the Big Ten adds an extra year of difficulty. Hopefully, just 1 extra year of difficulty.
What if we squeaked out wins against USC and Penn State and get embarrassed by USC and Iowa? That's kind of what I see.
Well, wait, say that again, because I think you said USC twice.
Sorry, if we squeak out wins against UCLA and Penn State and look pretty bad against USC and Iowa, do the optics matter to you?
I probably will be pounding my chest for an 8-4 season and saying that King Kong has nothing on Rhule.
Wowzers.
Mm-hmm. Check your trousers.
I feel like we know what this team is at this point. Like, it's not against these types of teams. It's this, that. The trenches are very bad. Like our D-line, we can't get to the quarterback with the D-line. We can't get to the quarterback with added rushers because when they do get through the line, they overrun it. We rarely see a defensive lineman stop a running back. So they're kind of just taking up space. Like, you're hoping they can hold a gap for a running back to get to, or a linebacker to get to, or as they're getting blocked, squeeze a gap and make it longer for the running back to get around the edge until people come up. Offensive line that's been beat into the dirt with no help on the horizon, apparently. None of that's getting fixed in these next 4 weeks, right? So, like, if you can manage to squeeze out definitely 2 more wins, I think that'd be like damn near overachieving.
2 more wins?
Yeah, which
Totally
I mean,
agree. Totally agree.
I think UCLA. I think UCLA had that weight off the back, kind of freedom to play football, and mix that with now you have to game plan for them different. And now that there's been a few weeks of seeing what Neuheisel's going to call and what their tendencies are and things like that with this new coaching staff, they're a lot easier. Not to say a lot easier, but teams would be able to prepare for them a little better. So I don't think they're as good as like where people are like, wow, they're on a heater or whatever, which they were. But I think there's factors for that. Penn State, I keep waiting for them to because they've roster wise, they're legit. So it's like, by the time we play them, do they find that little groove with this new coaching staff? And it looks like, okay, you can't beat these guys. But if you look the last few weeks with them losing to Northwestern, Iowa, stuff like that, like you got to think that's at this point right now, before we see them play anymore, that's a winnable game.
Yeah.
But USC seems to be gaining momentum. I know they didn't look very good last week against Notre Dame, but them and then Iowa is like, they're like the Minnesota to Nebraska, where they always find a way to win. And that's when things are matched a little better, or we even have a better roster than them. There is absolutely nothing Nebraska's going to be able to do with either one of their lines, their offense or defensive line.
Right.
So I just don't see any way possible that they beat them unless Iowa gets sloppy and has multiple turnovers or something. But outside of some outlier type game, I don't think that's a realistic thought. But I don't know.
Not looking forward to the Iowa game, man.
No, but I am glad that they at least wrapped up a bowl season or a bowl game, so that
for sure
it's very possible they lose out. And if that's the case, at least we've got something carrying us into December instead of our season being over day after Thanksgiving like it so frequently has been.
Is this the last game of the month, or is there technically inside the month? Is there another game?
What do you mean?
Like
is there a game next week?
Like, is next week still inside October? Is next Saturday still October?
No. Because isn't Halloween Friday?
You're right. Okay, so guys, I've got free memberships monthly to pass out. So it might be just 5, but it might be 10. So hang in there real quick. Let me get you guys some memberships for no reason at all other than the fact that they're free. And they will expire. Let's see here. Brandon Gleason, Gary George, Lowrider for Life, and Gunny Boys, and Todd F. There's 5 new hog legs. Now let's see if there's 5 more. Nope, that was it. That was all the free ones. Didn't want to waste them down there, Gary.
I mean, positive-wise from this game, they seemed way more focused than Minnesota, which I fully expected. That was my idea why I thought we'd win by about 10. There was more effort, especially on defense. Like, the tackling's still a problem, but when you have everybody swarming to the ball, it doesn't stand out as strong. A guy doesn't miss a tackle, and then there's 15 yards of wide open space for him to run because you've got guys coming to back him up. So, I mean, that was a nice improvement. There was flashes of some quick pass game. There was a lot more emphasis on running the ball. So it's I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, but it's just, I don't know. The offensive line situation, a lot of the play calling, especially situationally. Like, if you want to throw the ball on third down, great. Don't empty the backfield out and let them know 100% that's what you're doing when your quarterback can't run the ball. If you want to do that when you've got, like people keep clamoring for it, Latif, or you've got one of the Martinez, or you got Armstrong, you've got somebody back there that can make them pay. It's not a foregone conclusion. They're only passing. Nothing else is going to happen. When you take Emmett out of the backfield, they know damn good well you're passing. So I just don't understand a lot of the offensive play calling. But like I said, there was pivotal moments that were affected by the officials. They didn't let that discourage them to the point where they just lay down and quit. There was busted plays, different things that went. They could have in years past, and even in last year, would have kind of been a snowball effect, and things would have just imploded. And they haven't let that happen. So I mean, that's for sure a positive. But I don't know. Hopefully, they can just keep gradually building on things, and we'll be surprised the other direction. We have these hot starts and then fizzle out the end of the year. Maybe one of the other turning points, like we went from losing close games to winning close games. Maybe we can gradually start winning some games that we're not anticipating or expecting we can win. But I don't know. We'll see as it goes.
Well, anything else? I know you got to get going, so we got to get our video made.
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well,
I'm crying for a while.
Well, you were stressed, but I don't blame you. Folks, we'll see you guys soon. We're gonna work on a post-game video right now. Leave in the comments, tell us what you think that video should be about. Well, let's just take a quick 20-minute nap before we do the video. What do you say?
22 minutes.
That could be dangerous. See you guys next week for the next live stream. USC, November 1st. The blackout game.
Oh boy. When's the last time we won with alternate jerseys?
It's gonna, the jerseys are so clean, and it's just gonna ruin it. It's just gonna make them worthless. But we'll see you guys then. Until then, Skurs win! Skurs win, baby. Don't say Skurs, though.
You dare.
Mom, I swear I didn't say Skurs. I said go big ramp, Ma. Ma, you bitch, I swear. He just has a complicated relationship with his mom,
Working out some kinks.